years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally. Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Dawsonville, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yeah!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday, October 20th, Vegas week. A lot of good stuff to go over. Last week, drama, big drama. I'm going to say Bowman went all in and lost it on that one. We'll throw out the first Vegas reference. Get the ticker going, dude.
Dude, we need a little ticker. Welcome, Facebook viewers, too.
Dude, a huge sports weekend just in general. We were just talking about it before we came on. Man, a lot of good stuff. What's up, Patrick?
Tate, absolutely. I don't ever mix sports with what I'm wearing, but knock off the number one team in the country yesterday and go to the World Series.
Live on Facebook this week, new developing story starting a little bit. That's actually why we were a little delayed. So sorry about that.
And Tate, acknowledge the text message that I sent you, because
acknowledge me.
I need to know that you're getting the wheels turning on that one. We are here in Las Vegas.
Well, we're not
We're not
here
in Las Vegas.
I'm in Florida.
But we will be in Homestead next Sunday.
We will. We were just talking about planning for that and looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
We sat there talking for what? 10 minutes
15,
in the
15 minutes?
pre-show room. We were like, why don't we just bring this onto the show? So it's going to be a good time next week. We got the passes. We got the passes. Working on getting it ordered and shipped today. Acknowledge and need Addy. You got it. Let me send that to you.
But now lots of big things. Yesterday's Xfinity race at Vegas last night. Exciting. The Dinger pulled it off. Good for him. Good to see him move on to the round of 4. No.
What a way to get your first win of the season.
Yeah, but dude, no pressure on him. Like, now for the next couple races. That's what's good. And Phoenix, I think Phoenix runs right into his wheelhouse. I think he's going to be a tough one to beat.
I had to make sure my hat size. These 5950s don't always fit true to size.
I like 47s.
I really like 47. No, this is the first 5950 that I've nailed the bill on. Because if you do it the wrong way, you'll end up looking like a Daisuke Matsuzaka.
It freaking like V's it out. See, like, this is a new era, and it's pre-bent. Dude, it's like, I like a flat bill, but I also like a pre-bent. I just had to rock the Red Sox. I feel bad for the boys this year. We sucked again. Typical. I congratulated AJ last night, and actually, here's a cool story for you. So my buddy Mike is actually a EMT. Do you know that anybody that's involved in that organization gets a World Series ring?
Yeah.
I had no idea. So
my buddy Big Steve works for the Rays, and he got a bunch of the rings and stuff, even though the minor league teams.
Yeah, so even as an EMT that's like hired as a company because he's been there all season, he gets a ring. That's cool.
That is really cool.
So last week, you want to start off there? Let's roll back to Kansas from last week.
I'm trying to remember Kansas of last week. I don't remember much.
Bowman cheated, got tossed, put Logano in.
It wasn't Kansas last week. It was ROVAL last week.
ROVAL, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Kansas was the week before. Dude, see, all the weeks.
Dude.
Hurricanes, man. Hurricanes. They're rolling everything together.
If I didn't see 10 cars with all 4 wheels off the ground at one point or another, they were ramping that little chicane on the front stretch.
Dude, and that one by Bowman was absolutely insane. And like he hit the ground and the car just went straight. There was nothing.
And they want to say that, like, you know, well, that's where the weight came off at. He shouldn't be penalized for it. Well,
No matter.
Here's the thing. It's a black and white rule. And it has to be secured. There is no reason in any of these wrecks that stuff can't be secured because...
So here's my question on it, though. But like they're saying weight came off. Has anybody seen this weight? Has anybody found this weight?
That's another good point. Another good point.
So my dad and I were going over it Sunday. We were talking about it. So one thing that I had to say about that is, you know, these guys are using tungsten. So a chunk this big is, I don't even know. Like
20 pounds? 30 pounds?
I'd say 25, 30. And that's what they're saying they were light, is 25, 30. Okay. But now here's my question. Is this on NASCAR because of where they have the weight boxes on these cars, making them go over them? That's another thing that kind of has me baffled. Like, do we get rid of these freaking turtles? Do we get rid of these rumble strips? Or do we say to these guys, don't hit the rumble strips? The rumble strips are there for like, hey, you're too far off the track. Stay in the bounds.
Well, I mean, we also don't know what the hell's track limits anymore because I watched Bubba Wallace have all 4 tires below the little rumble strips, turtles, whatever you want to call them. And in the same exact corner, I see Byron with the same exact move. Bubba gets penalized. Byron doesn't.
By 3 inches difference, probably, dude. Like that's my point, you know? So the other big thing now, did you see NASCAR's response to the 2311 and the front row deal?
Yes, I did.
They don't give a damn. Like, they'll go with 32 charters next year, and you can all pound sand is basically their response to it.
Yeah. They're basically going to pull the charters out of all this.
Remember what I said about Michael Jordan's big swinging dick?
NASCAR's trying to show theirs.
This is NASCAR's big swinging dick, and all due respect, it might be bigger. It might be.
I saw this on Twitter this week, and it was... if 2311 wins the championship with Reddick, they have a chance of missing the Daytona 500 in February because they have to lock in on speed.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think they're worried. I don't think they're worried at all.
No, but like, dude, here's the thing. What if 2311 does that, right? They pull the charter. They win the championship. The charter gets pulled for 25. They come out to Daytona, sit on the pole. That shows all these other owners that what they're paying for charters is absolutely worthless.
I mean, you heard RC's comments on it when we played that video a couple weeks ago. I mean, basically, he just said he bowed down because he didn't have time. He didn't have time to fight it. You know, He knew he had to sign. These guys are doing what everybody else wants to do. You know, 100%.
Patrick, this is going to keep silly season going. Like, the off season is going to be entertaining. And he said, if you're just listening, NASCAR isn't going down in this lawsuit without a fight. And it's a fight. It's absolutely a fight. It's gonna get muddy.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly.
It's gonna be a muddy fight.
But like, what happens out of this if this all goes bad? What happens with 2311 in front row now? Like, does NASCAR shame them and kick them out?
Front row, I think, is at more of a disadvantage than 2311 is.
I agree.
2311 being under the Joe Gibbs umbrella helps out a lot. FRM kind of on their own. I think they have an alliance with Roush a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not as substantial or is not as significant as Gibbs and 2311's is. But like I said, going into Daytona into 2025, if 2311 and FRM have no issues getting into the races if their charters are pulled, all these owners are just going to be like, fuck charters.
I mean, that's how it should be anyway. We went how long without them? I mean, I understand, like, you got to have change. You got to have that.
It's pay to race now.
It's
politics.
A
big complaint you and I have both had for
100%. 100%. So with that, Ty Gibbs announced his Xfinity owner. of the 54 car of Taylor Gray for next year.
You're going to start
good
seeing
for
a
him.
transition where Gibbs is going to, I think,
Yeah.
start giving off a little bit more to Ty and the rest of his family.
But you know what, though? I like Ty. I didn't like him at first. I didn't like his attitude, but I think his dad dying has changed him. I think he's a completely different person. He's not a cocky, arrogant prick like he used to be when he was in Xfinity.
Let
I
him
think
win
he
a
got
couple races
humbled.
first, then see what his
Yeah, but-
mindset is.
I think this is going to help him, though. He's going to see the ins and outs more, and he's going to realize, oh, shit, like, this is where I need to change to be better. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my take on it. I don't know. Or is
No,
it one of those things where they want to add another team and they have to press off ownership to somebody else?
That could be too. That could
Like a Hendrick deal, like Gordon owning cars or whatever.
I'm just saying Joe Gibbs changing their logo isn't because they just wanted to be an updated brand.
Mm-mm.
I think you're going to start seeing a transition there with Gibbs.
I mean, Stewart Haas did the same thing last year, if you remember.
Stewart Haas did the same thing. They folded it 365 days later. So
Mm-hmm. So what else? What else do you think about the Roval? What else are your takes from there?
go back to the oval. The
Yes and
Roval's
no.
not bad. It's not bad. I just think the oval with this car puts on so much better racing that you got to think they transitioned to this Roval deal because the racing at Charlotte wasn't good on the oval. So they had to spice it up a little bit. What, 5-6 years ago?
You know how they do it?
How's that?
Get rid of all this crap and give them all the horsepower in the world and let them run.
That'll never happen.
I know it'll never happen, but that's what this sport was based on. Going as fast as you can, like, in my opinion, I love how stock car racing is right now. I think NASCAR, this car has changed the sport. I think this car, I was not a big fan. I talked a lot of shit about this car when it first came out, but it's grown on me because the racing has been.
I got one supporter.
See, I'm not opposed, but in my opinion, here's my thought. Charlotte should be one of those tracks we visit twice a year because it is home. That needs to be there.
Right.
The oval, yes. The Roval is just, it's a big shit show. I mean,
tell you
they're
now,
making it interesting.
what you do, you don't get rid of the Roval. You actually move where the Roval is. Texas ain't put on a good show in fucking years.
Mm-mm.
Put the Roval there. Make a Roval course there.
But you know what's crazy, though? You know how many racetracks have a road course built into them?
Oh yeah, all of them, just about.
Most of them. New
I mean,
Hampshire.
Charlotte
Pocono.
pretty much did up in Charlotte had a half road course. It's not so much what it is now, but you look at all these tracks that have all those infield roads and all that. You can make it. It's not hard.
So, did you know what actually started the road course inside of Charlotte back in the 90s?
I feel like I know it, and when you say it, I'm going to remember it.
So the way the turns are in the infield, the way they are positioned until they just made that change, the turns in there represented Sonoma.
I can see that.
So I actually watched a video this week. I'll have to find it. I'll send it over to you. It was on YouTube, but it was like 9 teams. It was an open test, but I think 9 major teams in the 90s. It was like Brett Bodine, Earnhardt, Allison, Rusty Wallace, Ernie Irvin, like all the main players, Mark Martin, all the big road course guys would go and test tires at the Roval basically to get a tire situation set for Sonoma because, yeah, back then they had open testing and you could go where you want, but are you going to drive 29, 30, whatever hours across the country to go test out there? Hell no.
Right.
So that was their basic, like, they could use that as Watkins Glen testing. They could use that as Sonoma testing. They could basically use that to figure out gearing, tires, whatever, without having to go to those tracks. But now the competition there, I don't see it.
Is this our fun fact with Phil for the day?
That is your fun fact with Phil. We'll leave that as fun fact with Phil.
I'm assuming you didn't have a fun fact for Phil, so we're just going to use it as your fun fact.
I actually did not. I did not prepare a fun fact today. We're going to Homestead. That's the fun
We'll have
fact
some fun facts next week for you.
I plan on, if I can, and I see some people I know, I plan on getting some recordings and maybe do a little interview. We'll get a little content going.
I think it's
Some
crazy
videos.
to think that, like, this is episode 7. It's the 7th race, naturally, of the playoffs. We only got 3 more weeks to go.
And I think our playoff brackets have been pretty strewn about.
Been close. I didn't expect Bowman to reach it this far. Well, I mean, technically it ended last week, but still, I didn't expect Bowman to be as deep into the playoffs as he is.
I did not want to see Joey being the one that took that spot.
No, but
Joey,
you know what?
Joey's too strong at these next few tracks. That's the problem.
The even years thing comes right back into play.
Yep. So today, let's move into today. We'll get into the starting lineup and stuff for
I don't
the
even
race
want to talk
today.
about the starting lineup.
I had it pulled up, but I closed it apparently. Starting lineup for today.
What you got?
I'm just trying to figure out where you're at. Where are you guys at here today? Ooh. Not a good showing. Not a good showing.
Nope. And I mean, I sent out a tweet yesterday. The 9 team needs a shakeup desperately.
Yeah. Everybody else is doing them lately. You look, dude. I mean,
I'm not
reading
even.
this week.
I'm not
Colin
even
did a
saying-
shakeup on their cup side, like a bunch of people did.
I'm not even saying change up like within the teams. Like, I'm just saying start outsourcing.
Need something.
You imagine Chase with Rodney?
Dude, I really think that's gonna be a deadly combination with Justin Haley and him next year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just there's guys out there. You know, naturally, like the guy I'd love to have would be Cliff Daniels, but
Justin Haley actually outqualified your driver this week.
a lot of people have qualified my driver this week.
Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
So C Bell on the pole, 185.344 is his speed. So I don't understand how this works. Can you explain this new qualifying procedure?
I really can't, because guys can qualify faster than other guys, even though they had a slower time, because they divided into Group A and B. Can we please, for the love of God,
just qualify?
Go back to the 2-lap qualifying procedure. It's everybody 1 through 36. And it goes pretty much by order of owners' points, and then the last 10 are usually the random draw.
Yeah.
That's how they used to do it. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that. It wasn't broke. Shouldn't be trying to fix it. Ronnie being out there and knowing how much there's certain, between Bowman and Chase that are struggling, the fact that you never even heard Hendrick reaching out is bizarre.
That's because the rumor I've heard is there's 5 drivers signed at Hendrick right now in the Cup Series, and one of them is Justin Haley.
I mean, potentially.
That's the rumor I've heard, is he's like I wouldn't call him a development driver. Dude, there's a bug on my screen, and this bitch is pissing me off.
Brother, I used to have a computer screen that had a dead ant stuck dead center of it. And it was in between the screen, like the front and then the back of it. So there was no getting it out. You know how many times I was on iRacing? I'm like, fucking ant right in the view.
So C-Bell on the pole, but like my question on that, so like C-Bell was 185.344. Let me go through here. Hold on. So William Byron in the last round ran a 184.666, which is faster than two drivers ahead of him, but yet he's starting 9th.
Damn, Tate, catch up. He's at Spire.
No, yeah, Haley went to Spire, bro. He's in the 7 car full time. Him and Corey LaJoy pulled a switch. Hey, watch that video I sent you on Facebook.
An old
Go watch.
switcheroo.
Did you watch that?
I did not.
Go watch that real quick. You'll laugh at it. If I can, I wonder if I can get it in here. Hold on. I'll stream it real quick because it was funny.
I haven't blown up in 5 years. I'm not sure what it sounds like. Corey pushing those Rick Ware racing cars to their limits.
Was there much limits to begin with?
Not at all. Not at all. Golly, I feel like we're flying through this right now. Yeah, it doesn't. You gotta. It's frustrating.
What's frustrating?
Just the qualifying procedure.
Oh yeah.
Like Group A is twice as quick. The fastest driver in Group A was Christopher Bell at a 29.15.
Yep.
That wasn't even fast enough. That was only fast enough to get third in the second round. And for some reason, I can't find the second page. There we go. 1B was a 29.07.
1B was a 29.09.
Group B was quicker than an A.
By almost a tenth. But only the fastest car. If you B overall is faster.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so dumb.
Blaney, no time, start lad. Dude, even Corey LaJoy. Look, Corey LaJoy, 29.811.
Well, Blaney had a issue.
He wrecked big.
Dude, I saw someone say that it sounded like his interview sounded like Casey Kane after his big wreck. And it's kind of similar.
Very spacey.
Yeah.
But he said right at the beginning, my head hurts. As soon as he hit the wall, he's like, "Oh man, my head hurts."
You think they're going to let a playoff driver go through concussion protocol though?
They better.
They should. But do you think they will?
Probably not.
There you go.
But how many of these guys are going to be like, "Oh, I'm fine," and then they don't test them?
Sorry, it's almost 1 o'clock. I got to check my fantasy stuff, make sure I'm all set to go. Oof, we're losing in that league. That's going to happen.
Let me go back to the starting lineup, and I'll roll through that while you're doing that. So we got Seabell and Reddick on the front row. Bowman, Hamlin, Larson, Carson Hocevar stepping it up, man. He's doing good. I'm really
Hocevar looked really
by
good
him.
yesterday.
I wasn't a fan, but he's impressed me as of late. He's catching on pretty quick, doing pretty good with this car. Chastain, 7th. Ty Gibbs, Byron Logano round out the top 10. Cindric, Truex, Austin Dillon, Zane Smith, same thing. That's that Spire car. Zane Smith stepping it up the last couple races too, I feel. He's been up from top 15 or so. McDowell, Justin Haley, Brad Keselowski, Elliott, Wallace, Kyle Busch, Gregson, Busher, Suarez, Briscoe, Stenhouse as your top 25. Nemechek, Jones, Barry, Johnson, Gilliland, Burton, Priest, Hemrick. SVG not looking hot.
Dude,
Second
Patrick
to last.
Carson did good this week so far. He's done good this week.
Yeah, he's
Oh, dude, you know what we haven't touched on yet?
Huh.
The Joe Gibbs Racing employee that's been handing out setup information to another team, and people are pointing at Spire and RCR.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
I don't think it's RCR. I think Spire would make more sense, but RCR definitely not. They've gotten a little bit better, but it's still not good.
But here's the thing, though. How much does that relate being Toyota to Chevrolet? I mean, setup wise,
I think it's very similar.
I mean, it's the
you gotta
same.
think these are
Same
You're just
car
using
other
the same
than
engine block.
yeah. Other
Everything
than
else is the same
body.
parts. I guess I'll play this for you. I guess I'll pop this up for you.
Oh, let me go back to that because I'm not even there anymore. I gave up. So this is Corey from a couple weeks ago. Last week?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, right? Last week.
Last week.
Lap 5, he blew up, and the crew proceeded to ask him. So
I can't hear nothing.
no sound?
No sound.
All right, hold on.
When you share the tab, make sure you share it with sound, because that'll mess it up.
Share. Yeah, also share tab audio. Let's try again.
Yeah, still got nothing.
All right. Whatever, dude. I tried. So he says, I don't know. I haven't blown up in 5 years. Basically throwing a dig at Rick Ware, which me and my buddy Brandon were talking about it, though, dude. He hasn't. Like, you go back. He had a lot of DNFs, but he never blew a motor.
It's just Corey, man. It's just Corey.
But listen, I'm not going to say anything, but Justin Haley ran really good in that car before he left.
He did, and he's running fine with Spire now. But I look at Corey and I'm like, sure, he might not blown up in 5 years, but he's wrecked pretty much 36 cars in the last 5 years.
I think his head is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
I
kind
can't
of
stack
made a.
pennies.
I
Now,
can't.
now
I
here's
kinda
the
made
thing
a
with stacking
180
pennies.
on LaJoy.
I'm a huge Corey fan. I love Corey. I've followed him. I mean, he ran in the Busch North Series and he's run modified races and stuff. So, like, for me, he's all right. You know, he did decent, but honestly, I think he got a bad shake. I don't think he ever really. Yes, 100%.
Tate, yeah, just nailed it. After that one Atlanta race with Chase, it's gone to his head.
100%. That was the race I was thinking of. Was that?
I'm still pissed off that people think Chase threw him in the wall because he didn't even touch him. He threw a block. Corey didn't realize the wall was there. I mean, what?
It happens.
Welcome to racing. Well, welcome to racing in the sense of one driver gets to move on with this move. You're not competing for anything but a win in this move.
No, but I mean, it's at the same time, I hate that they are like, oh, this is a playoff driver. What's this guy in front of him going to do? Well, what do you want him to do? Do you want him just to move over? He's still there to race. Like, that's the difference in racing and the World Series is you got 40 drivers that are still showing up that weekend to race them just as hard as they have for 35 other races that year. Like, that's the biggest difference is one mistake can cost you.
Right.
So last night I watched the Cars Tour at North Wilkesboro. So they had, I want to say it was 5 drivers in contention for the Smart Modified Tour, the Southern Modified Tour, basically. So it's Burt Myers, a bunch of other guys. 2 of the guys ran good. 2 of the playoff contenders or champion contenders made contact later in the race, and they touched, and when they did, they hit the fence and junked a bunch of cars. But it was coming down to like 1 or 2 spots. Like, if these guys had passed one more car, the champion would have been different.
Right.
I like that about the playoff system, but at the same time, I don't. I want to see the consistency throughout the year basically have an advantage.
Corey just stepped on his
Yes.
what. Didn't TJ get into it with the points leader last night too?
But that was not his fault. He was up on the top side, and the what's his name? Spencer Davis drove in too deep, got in his door, and basically spun out. TJ had nothing to do though. He was just chilling up top. He ran a good race, finished second. But yeah, I mean, it's no.
You continue.
Well, I was going to move into picks, so I'll move into let's move into results from last week while we're
I also have something that I've started doing on GDS that I want to do here.
Okay.
We go through these towards the end of our shows every week. It's a fun time.
ROVAL, there we are. All right, so we had Larson winning last week. Bell, Byron, Cindric, Elliott was your top 5. Dinger, SVG had a real good run.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Joey finished 8th and actually lost because did not make it in until Bowman got DQ'd afterwards for the weight penalty. So Joey moved up. Bubba, Blaney, Reddick, dude. If he does not win this championship after that drive he put on last week, oh my God. That is probably one of the best comebacks I've seen in a long, long time on a road course to be able to drive like he did.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Brings me back to like Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace days back in the early 90s when those guys... Wasn't it Ricky Rudd who drove freaking hurt as hell or something?
Yes.
Watkins Glen or something?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I don't know how these guys do it. Earnhardt did it too one time with a broken hand or broken sternum. Sternum.
That was like the most depressing interview ever afterwards, too.
But then
be in that car.
Yeah. But I mean, you knew it was bad when he got out. You know what I mean?
I'll see if I can pull up that interview because, like, it was one of the most sad Dale Earnhardt interviews ever.
You know which one I remember? The one after Talladega when he went flipping when he had shaved his mustache off and it didn't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holding his arm up because his sternum's broke. I think it was from that wreck that he was hurt. Wouldn't it have been Talladega and then they went to the Glen or Sears Point maybe?
Yes.
It was definitely a road course.
Was that Indy, right? That Earnhardt was pulled out of his car?
Yes. Champ 4 as of right now, I've got Seabell, Denny, Reddick, and Larson.
That's your 4?
Well, Tate asked. I was trying to highlight that so we can go over. Final 4. Actually, I'm gonna change that up.
Hang on a second. I'm just trying to see if I found it. Yeah, I got it.
No, actually, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick Seabell, Denny, Reddick, Larson. Final 4 at Phoenix for Cup. I believe that was my original.
I'm going Larson, Reddick, Hamlin, Logano.
Joey threw a big wrench in there.
1996 Brickyard 400. And I'm going to play the Skinner getting into the car and then the Earnhardt interview afterwards.
Of that, so bear with us. We may have occasional problems, but
Crash over here in 2. Crash in 2. Crash over here in 2.
Great announcing.
I mean, exactly what you needed.
Crash in 2.
Ever see Dave Marcus on the inside? The green and blue car is Dave Marcus.
I love that car.
He wasn't even wearing a helmet. He was wearing his Goodyear hat.
And Dave Marcus
Goodyear hat
is ready to pull away. We wonder if Dale Earnhardt will be coming in now. Of course, they have to bunch up the pack before the pit area is open.
I guess we can
when
fast
that
forward
happens,
to
Dale Earnhardt may come in and get relief from.
That's the crash in 2.
Some contact that sends
too.
Robert Presley sideways, and then other drivers get on the brake.
He's going to have a fine ride today here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 7-time Winston Cup champion, defending winner of the Brickyard 400.
Great camera.
The funny thing is, dude, he had his belts undone, his net down, everything ready to climb out at this point. NASCAR now, dude, you did that, you'd be in trouble.
All day. The crew tried to
can't unbuckle your belts at all.
Last night who watched Clint Eastwood movies, thinking he might change his mind and try to stay in the car. No, he's going to come out.
Stayed up and watched Clint Eastwood movies, hoping it would change his mind. Built different.
And the man can't even move his friggin' left arm, dude.
And listen to this crowd go wild as Earnhardt climbs out of the car. And Mike Skinner is in the car.
You know, Earnhardt's sitting over there saying something to him, just like,
help that son bitch.
Car pretty comfortable to you, Dale? He's watching Skinner get buckled in the car. Listen to what they're telling Mike Skinner, making sure that Mike is getting
Punch absolutely do better.
Dale takes the helmet off. The car has been refired.
My favorite paint scheme just drove by. Rewind that for a second. My favorite paint scheme ever just drove by. Go back a couple seconds. Watch in the background, yellow car comes by.
In the car. The critical element here is that they do not lose a lap. They wanted to make sure.
There goes the old skull car.
They would not lose a lap in the pits here.
It's right here.
Skinner now still trying to get up, but it finally gets the shoulder harness on. They put
Did I not go back far enough?
No, you did. I think it's coming right
the
here.
window neck class. They have it full of fuel, and they have given the signal.
Nah, maybe not. Whatever. It was the Flintstones 29 car.
Here it is. Saddest interview ever.
Champ, did the car feel okay to you out there?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see the disappointment on his face.
Yeah.
Obviously not very comfortable. The pain in his face as he pulled that stimulator off his shoulder.
That's not the whole thing. There's another good interview that's coming.
Former Winston Cup champion.
Benny, I think it's as much emotion as anything, don't you?
I do too. I mean, Earnhardt, as I said, he wanted to win this for the second straight time.
Dale Earnhardt has caught his breath. He's talking to Davis with his crew chief and champ. I know that's probably the toughest thing you've had to do is climbing out of that race car.
Yeah, the car was real comfortable, and I wasn't in much pain riding along there, but you know, the plan was to get him in there so just in case anything happened, I wouldn't hurt myself anymore. And dadgum, it's hard to get out of there, Jerry. I mean, you know, it's my life right here.
Boy, an emotional Dale Earnhardt. You will never see that. This man loves.
You know damn well if they gave him the opportunity, he would have ripped Mike Skinner right out of that fucking car.
Last week when I was at AJ's cutting his tree down for him, cutting his tree up, we were talking and I told him that I was not an Earnhardt fan at all.
You're right.
Like I was zero Earnhardt. I did not like him. I was at the 98 500, loved it. Oh, damn. Excuse me, dude. That latte just hit me hard.
The latte?
The old Busch lattes. I was not a fan, dude. I didn't like him. I was an Ernie Irvin fan. I was a Rusty Wallace fan. You know, that was our rival. That'd be like being a Ross Chastain fan and liking Denny Hamlin, which shit, I do both now. But but as a kid, my parents were both Earnhardt fans. Well, I'm gonna be that dickhead that I'm gonna root for the guy that, you know, all the Earnhardt fans hate. So I was a huge Ernie Irvin fan.
Right.
So I'm one of those people, like, I cannot like a driver, but still show respect. I'm not like that typical NASCAR fan that you get a guy that, you know, I see it all the time with the Denny Hamlin. You know, Denny Hamlin comes by a corner and the people are like, you know, all the way around the track. I'm not like that. I like racing. I give credit to these guys because these guys are out here busting their balls, and that shows it right there. Like now, racing now is a different time. You're not going to see a guy with a broken shoulder, a broken finger, whatever in a race car because NASCAR won't allow it. But that was at probably the toughest track in the world, wheeling that car, and they made him get out while he's at his best.
I just love I wasn't in too much pain riding around there. It's my life, man.
That's it. I mean, you know, it's not the same though. The sport is not the same. You're not going to see that. Just like you're not going to see the guys with duct tape numbers wrapped on their cars, you know.
Let's hit picks. Dude,
it's gonna be tough today.
I know who I'm picking.
Tyler Reddick.
Joey Logano.
Okay. All right. 2 cars to the rear, Blaney and Suarez.
Oh, mi amigo.
I'm gonna pull out something different here. I'm gonna go with Willie B for the win today.
Not a bad pick. Larson won here in the spring.
Hendrick at Vegas, I think, is probably one of your top picks. It's going to come down to a Toyota and a Chevrolet,
right?
In my opinion, it's going to come down to a Hendrick car and a Gibbs car, 100%.
Oh my sweet Jesus! I'm trying
Gee,
to pull up the odds.
Don't pull up that comment, dude. You see that?
No, I didn't see
Hey,
it.
Teacott.
Sounds like Phil's britches.
Listen, I said nice things to you about you this morning, not to you, because I didn't see you, but I said nice things about you. So I want you to. My britches are clean. I took a shower, just so you know. I am wearing dress pants today, though. Look, dress pants and a NASCAR shirt, bro. That's how you roll. Straight out of church.
So Vince's picks return this week.
Ooh.
He's got Kyle Larson plus 275.
Hey,
Ross Chastain plus
not to interrupt
1400.
Is Vince here next weekend?
No.
Damn.
No. Ross plus 1400 and Reddick plus 575.
I know he's making the rounds this year. Not as much as he did a couple years ago, but
No, we had a conversation about that in Bristol. He was basically going to races because of what he was winning on the betting side of things.
Well, I guess he needs to bet better.
All right. Like I was telling you, what I wanted to do, which we've started doing on GDS at the end of our shows, is we do these little quiz deals. See if I can just pull it up here. So this is Joe Gibbs Racing winners.
Overall,
there's 11. So
let's do it.
Kyle Busch, right? Denny Hamlin.
Martin Truex. Oh, it's in order. Matt Kenseth.
I think that's going to be Stewart, though.
Yeah, you're probably right. Bobby Labonte.
But yeah.
That's Kenseth. Is that Kenseth or Logano?
I was going to say, I think Logano's only like 2. I spelled Logano wrong, but whatever. Bell.
5 in the 19 would be Truex.
Yep, that's Truex. 100%. Another 5 in the 19.
That's 15 and 19 at the bottom that you just did for Truex.
Well, yeah, that's 15 wins in the number 19.
I don't think did he have 15 in the 19? I don't think he did.
No, he did. He's up there.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
our
high.
left side's done.
So those are correct. Jarrett, yeah. Logano.
Have Logano. Who's 5 wins in the 19? Who am I not remembering in the 19? Edwards. Stupid. Yep. And then 2 in the 20.
Kenseth, Logano.
Who was in the 20? Right after Stewart was Logano. God, Lee, who's the other one? Who's the other one in the 20? I'm sure the comments already nailed it. Oh, yeah. Fucking stupid. Nice job, Tate. Eric Jones.
Oh, shit.
I completely forgot Eric Jones.
Same, dude. I'm over here Googling it. I did too.
But like, there's more of these in here.
Let's do another one. Come on.
You want to do All-Star Race? Can you name every driver to win the NASCAR All-Star Race?
Let's do it. Starting when, though? Way back.
85. Okay. So all of them. So 22.
Let's go. Let's start early and come late and see how good we do.
I'm already filling them out. Larson, Blaney,
Harvick,
Elliott, Harvick, Busch, Hamlin, McMurray,
Johnson, Edwards,
Stewart, Kane, Martin. Okay, so that side's done. 17,
Kenseth, Newman, Gordon, Junior.
Does it take Dale Jr.? I gotta put the okay. Terry.
No. Oh, it is.
Yeah. Terry.
When did he retire?
He won the 03 Mountain Dew Southern 500.
Still in the 5 car.
Yeah, it was in the 5. Or maybe it was 03. Yeah.
96 will be Waltrip.
Waltrip in the 21. Kawicki.
Negative. Quicky's already dead.
In 94?
He died in 93.
Ah,
That's
fuck.
Bodine.
Good call. Allison.
Davey.
And the 27
Rusty.
was Wallace. Well, that was fucking easy.
Dude, that was real easy.
Oh, well, I guess we got to do another one now because that was too fucking easy.
Can you name every Cup Series winner? Ooh.
So this is only...
Oh, it's only this is champion.
The most wins?
No, this would be champion. Right? Go down. Number 12 won the champion in 23. Yeah, so this is champion. Let's
Okay,
start
so this
at
is just
84.
champions.
So
This
we
might
got
be good when we get later.
Labonte is 84.
Okay, maybe it's not so easy or not so hard then. Labonte. Oh, not Pearson. Who was 11?
Elliott. No, Elliott would have been 9. '27 is Rusty. Kawicki. Gordon. Jarrett.
This is where it gets easy.
11. Waltrip.
It was Darryl Waltrip. Nice call. 2005, number 14.
Stewart.
Oh. It's not coming up. Do I have to put in Tony? Yeah, why?
Spelled wrong.
Okay.
It's
He
spelled
wasn't
wrong.
in the 14 in 2005. I just want that to be clear. This is...
No, 2005, he was in the 20.
Yeah, it says down here number 14, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
see
he
that.
wasn't 14. Truex in the 78, Furniture Row, awesome
Joey.
year. Okay, too easy.
Yeah, these are way too easy. What do you got? Give me something to hold, dude. Give me something to hold here.
Can you name the drivers with the most NASCAR Cup Series individual race wins?
All right, let's see.
This one might be a little bit more difficult. Yeah, because
Petty.
it's not telling you car numbers or anything. So you had Petty, you had Earnhardt, you had Busch,
Pearson.
Hamlin, Edwards, Pearson. Oh, apparently Edwards doesn't pop
Nope.
up. He has one of the most.
Waltrip.
Johnson, Gordon, Rusty. Who's 84? 84 wins.
Allison.
There you go. 83 was Yarborough. Stewart.
Labonte.
I was thinking Labonte, but I wasn't positive. No, not Labonte. Oh, Bill Elliott.
Pearson, you got Yarborough, you got
Parsons?
no.
Pearson, Yarborough,
Busch.
Allison. I have Busch. I got 2 helpings of Busch on this list.
Oh,
Mark
I see.
Martin.
Okay.
I can't believe Edwards isn't here.
Baker.
Oh, it might be Baker. We have Johnson.
With both Petties.
We already have Waltrip. Neiman Wallace. Is Kane on this list?
Harvick.
Oh, Harvick. Yeah, that's right. Kenseth.
That's 60.
I thought Edwards had more wins than Kenseth. This is where it's going to get a little tougher for us.
Carl Edwards has 28 wins in the Cup Series.
Oh, so it wasn't him. Logano?
Yeah.
Logano.
Stewart. You got him.
I already have Stewart.
Wallace. We got Allison.
We have Allison.
We have Bobby. Damn, dude.
Kawicki didn't win enough, right? Bodine? No.
No, he only won a.
Damn, this one's a little bit tougher.
Oh, dude, I just pulled the list up.
Well, way to go.
Wow. It's
Anybody
not,
current that we're missing?
Truex,
I wouldn't have thought.
Kez.
Now it's nobody current.
Now it's nobody current. Nope.
Bobby Isaac?
You missed a big one at 50.
Big one at 50. How recent?
Hall of Fame. Old.
In the Hall of Fame, old.
It's actually going to knock 2 names off. 50 and 32.
Fuck. Same family?
Yep. Father and son.
See, I have the Petties.
Larson is the next person on the list with 29. Edwards would be next at 28, just so you're aware.
All right, so who am I missing?
Jarrett.
Oh, the Jarretts, yeah.
Roberts.
Fireball.
Isaac.
I did say Isaac.
Flock.
Tim Flock, yeah.
Herb Thomas is 48.
I would not have got those, though.
Nope. 1951 and 1953 NASCAR champion.
You want to do one more?
Yeah. Every 500 winner?
Oh, I don't want to go look at Takovas. How recent is it? All the way up to 2024. All right, so I'm going to do this my way on this one. We got Byron, Stenhouse, Cindric, McDowell. 2020 was Hamlin. 2018 was Dillon, or was that Bush? Bush was after him. 2015 was Logano. 2014 was Junior. Johnson. 2012 was McMurray.
Kenseth.
Kenseth, that's right, because he had 2. 11 was Bain. 2008 was Newman. 2007 was Harvick. 2005 was Gordon. 2003 was Waltrip. 2002 was Walbarton. 2000 was Jarrett. 98 was Earnhardt. 95. I thought 95 was Gordon. Oh, was that Cope?
95 was Sterling. He won back-to-back, 94, 95.
So Ernie's on here.
Ernie will be 92. Or, 91, 92 will be Davey.
Allison. 87. I'm assuming Bill Elliott's got a bunch of them on here. Yarborough. We already have the wall trips. Petty's going to be on here a bunch.
Bodine.
Flock. No, not Flock. Herb Thomas, though. Not Herb Thomas. Roberts.
Parsons,
yep. Pearson.
Andretti. Foyt,
good.
So here's a little known one for you that I'll tell you. 1970, Pete Hamilton driving a Richard Petty.
Why are we missing 1980? So it was the year after the fight.
Baker?
Oh, I don't think I put Baker in. Yeah, good enough. Good call there. We got 2 more. 61, 63, 65. Panch? Didn't Marvin Panch win one?
Panch is one for sure.
These are always the 2 that I fumble with because I think one is like
Tiny Lund.
A Tiny Lund.
And the other one, I'm going to guess on this one, Fred Lorenzen.
I think it is Lorenzen. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just named every Daytona 500 winner. Like in record time too.
Yeah, we need to start doing like, let's set aside like 3 of those a week because those are fun, dude. I'm huge, like you know that. Me and you talk all the time. I'm huge on like that history stuff, that like little known like race winners.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, insane.
We'll have to do like I know Sporkle's got one that it's like every race winner ever, and it's like tough. Dang, that was impressive. You know what helps is I've been to I feel like 20 Daytona 500, so you remember who you saw won.
And I mean, I've been to a lot of 500s. So I was at, let me see, I was at 96. I was at 97, 98. 2000 I was there.
If you want something cool that I've done, and I don't know if it'll translate, but I made a list of every NASCAR sanctioned race I've been at and who won it.
Dude, that's sick.
So like this year is the crazy one because I'm going to have more 2024s than I do any other year on here.
So who's your pick for this week? For
Logano.
today? Logano. Who is your pick for Homestead next week? Let's just make our pick
Larson.
Early. That's a good pick.
Larson, but I swear if Chase wins, I will somehow find my way in victory lane.
Hey, you don't have to find your way there. I can just escort you there. I know exactly where it is. I've been there many, many times.
I don't know if you saw in the passes, it says does not include victory lane access.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Don't you worry about that access.
Just follow the line, right? Act like
no. What we do is when the race ends, once they're doing their celebration, we make our way to victory lane to get a front row spot right there at the rope.
Hell yeah!
That's where I stood with when Noah won. Not last year, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last race I went to. Was when
when David
won.
Starr didn't fuck him.
Yeah, fucking David Starr, fucking non-driving fuck.
Bro, I remember watching that race at I think I was at my uncle's house watching it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Noah's about to come around and win this thing. And then fucking...
I mean, what's the difference
David
in Cole
Starr.
Witt? Cole Witt.
Cole Witt. That's another good one.
Homestead's in my opinion, Homestead has always produced really good racing because there's so many different lines you can run. And I just like seeing the guys get up out of the groove and freaking right into
Nothing
that
better than watching
wall,
that wall ride.
Yeah. So where we're going to be standing on Sunday will be more than likely, besides pit road, we'll go up on top of the suites and you can watch all the way around. And normally if you go down towards the turn 4 end, old RC standing down there sipping on some moonshine.
Do you have enough connection with RC that
I could walk right up, dude? I used to be the guy who used to bring him his Armour Vienna sausages when he needed cases of them, bro. So me and Mr. RC, we're tight.
You tell me I might be able to meet RC next
week? Hold on just a second. Have you ever seen this? So this is my actual undershirt that I wear when I race. Shit, I almost just knocked everything.
Even on iRacing?
No. Usually I'm naked for that.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
So this is an actual Sparco Armour Vienna sausage undershirt that I wear when I race. It is an actual race-worn Ty Dillon shirt.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, meeting RC next week is a bright spot.
As long as he's in his normal spot, we'll get there. I know right where he stands, bro. Just turn 4, there's seats up top. He'll stand right there with a cup of shine, watch the race, talk on the radio. He'll go down, get a couple more drinks in between, and then he'll pretty much be in that same spot.
I might call this week to get some parking.
I know we can buy that one. It's $50 for the VIP right outside the gate.
Oh, is there parking right there?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Send that to me and I'll just pay for it and we'll get that out of the way.
Yeah, it puts us right there at the tunnel. Literally, you walk out and the tunnel's right there, which would work out for us for tailgating and whatnot.
No, for sure. For sure. I think that's it for this week, guys.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Clean Air Show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Search in your search bar. Follow, subscribe, turn on notifications.
So out of the racing era, who do you want to see the Yanks play?
The Mets. I feel better about our chances against the Mets than I do the Dodgers.
Dude, a New York freaking series. Oh,
Subway Series all over again.
Subway Series is so good, dude. Tate, good seeing you, buddy.
All right, Tate, again, thank you. Thank you for hooking me up.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. AJ, One Leg TV.
Hey, we're going to record for next week, just so everybody knows. So we'll have a pre-recorded.
Dude, we've done that all year. Like, recorded show, live.
It's like every other week.
Live.
I swear to God. But yeah, we'll get a show recorded so you guys will have something. But I plan on hopefully trying to get a couple interviews on my phone.
Yeah, we'll play them the week of Martinsville.
Yeah. So look forward to seeing everybody and enjoy Homestead. Enjoy next week.
See you guys.
See ya.